the writing process. We've been doing a lot of work on the writing process in class, and the idea is to get the kids to understand that writing is just not something you just dash down on the page. It's far more than handwriting. It involves quite a lot of thinking and a number of steps. The steps that we've been practicing are, first of all, to plan your writing, and you might want to make some notes, draw a web, make a list or something like that to plan what you want to write. Now, most of the time I plan most of my writing in my head, but I'm encouraging the kids to record their planning so that I can see how it is. The next step is a draft. And in the draft you record your ideas in detail, guided by your plan. So whatever you put in your notes or your web or your list, you then expand on those ideas as you draft. Once you've drafted, revise. That means to have another look, considering all the items listed on the other side of this card. Now I'll turn the card over in a minute. This teacher conference is something we've just started having in class. When all the previous steps are completed, the kids come to me and I discuss their writing with them. But for now, and certainly for homework, the 3 steps are plan, draft and revise. By the way, the kids all have one of these cards. Some kids have a second one to take home for homework, but everybody has one. And for this homework I've included a copy in the homework sheet. So you're seeing here, it says during revise, consider all the items listed on the other side of the card. And here's what that means. First of all, when writing text, you must consider the subject matter. Is the subject matter accurate, comprehensive and relevant? So in the case of the writing a request for assistance from Mr. Hadwin, for instance, the letter must include, doesn't have to be a letter, the request must include accurate information about why we want what we want from him, and yeah, that'll do for now. And comprehensive information, this is the area where most kids are challenged. If we want something from somebody, we need to give them a fair amount of background so that they understand our request. So we need to put in a fair bit of information, not too much, but enough. And you know, that's a judgment that comes with experience. And the information must be relevant. No use writing about your favourite hobby if you're writing to somebody asking them to do you a favour, unless of course the favour has to do with your favourite hobby. Structure. In this case, the structure that we have talked about in class is, if we want to ask somebody to assist us, we need to give them the background, you know, why it is we want the assistance, and then we must state what the assistance is. So there's 2 sections, the background and the actual request. Grammar, the simplest way to understand that is when the recorded text is written, does it sound okay, or does it sound like words have been left out, or something like that. Punctuation, of course, got to have capitals, the appropriate question marks, exclamation marks, full stops, commas, apostrophes, all that sort of stuff. Spelling has to be attended to. Now when we're planning and drafting, the kids have been practicing how to quickly have their best go at spelling in a short time, and then we come back during the revision process and try and fix it up. And finally, whenever we're writing or using our language, we plan, draft and revise. It's a lot to remember, but all of these steps are very important. So in summary, the task for homework is the children must plan, draft and revise a request for assistance from either Mrs. Kays or Mr. Hadwin. And as they are drafting and revising, they must consider the subject matter, structure, grammar, punctuation and spelling of what it is they're writing. And down the bottom, just a reminder to work through the steps of the process.